Hey, white people, forget Black History Month, let me tell you something real. Here are 5 Black Americans buried in Arlington National Cemetery that the White House no longer cares for you to know about. Arlington National Cemetery is 639 acres with over 400,000 people buried here. That is soldiers, family dependents, and even foreign nationals. Let me introduce you to one of the most badass Black American soldiers you have never heard of. He was one of the first Black pilots in the United States military. He was one of the last living Tuskegee Airmen. He flew 409 combat missions in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Who am I talking about? The badass General Charles McGee. Then there is General Charles Young. He was a West Point graduate, the first honorary member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Now I said general. But if you look at his tombstone, it actually says Colonel. And here is why. When World War I broke out, white officers did not want to have a black commanding officer. So they said he was unfit for service. Charles Young showed them. He rode his horse 497 miles from Wilberforce, Ohio to Washington, D.C., and still they said he was not fit. However, in 2022, they finally made him a general. Now the man, the myth, the legend, General Colin Powell. He was a soldier in the United States military for 35 years. He did 2 tours in Vietnam. He was awarded the Bronze Star and a Purple Heart. He also became the youngest and the first Black American Joint Chiefs of Staff and the first Black American Secretary of State. They do not make them like Powell anymore. Matthew Henson did 7 polar expeditions in 23 years, but he was the first person to ever actually reach the North Pole. He died in 1955 and was buried in New York. But in 1988, President Ronald Reagan made an exception to the National Cemetery's burial policies and had him and his wife reinterred right here. Dr. Alexander Thomas Augusta was a surgeon, a Civil War veteran. He was the first Black American hospital administrator in United States history and the first Black American faculty member at Howard University. Dr. Augusta went to medical school in Canada because no white medical school would accept him here. Upon graduation with honors, he applied to the Army to be a surgeon, and they turned him down due to the color of his skin. So he wrote Abraham Lincoln a letter. He went to D.C. to plead his case, and the United States Army's board agreed to test him. He tested off the charts, and they hired him, entering at the rank of major. Most of you do not realize we walked 7.5 miles making this video today. I mean, I know I needed the 7.5 miles, but I want you to remember one thing. Black history is American history, and not just an epic February. Credits written and narrated by, author name if available.